Hello, welcome to Chagpar MD. I'm Dr. Anise Chagpar. I'm a breast cancer surgeon, the daughter of a breast cancer survivor, and somebody who is passionate about health and wellness. I am so glad that you found this video on how to start losing weight now, because that means that you're ready to take the first step to really taking charge of your own health. We know that obesity is a pandemic. It is affecting many people all over the world and is one of the key risk factors for diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, and cancer. And yet, there's something we can do about it. And by finding this video, you're taking the first step. I'm here to give you all kinds of tips and tricks to make your journey successful. So what do you say? Let's get started.
So first of all, it is awesome that you've decided to lose weight. And for whatever reason that might be, maybe you want to reduce your risk of cancer, or you want to reduce your risk of heart disease. These are the top two killers of Americans and actually people worldwide. And obesity has a lot to do with both of them. Maybe you just want to live longer so that you can have more time to spend with your kids or your grandkids. Or maybe you want a better quality of life. You don't want to be huffing and puffing when you get to the top of the stairs. You want to be able to run around in the park. Or maybe you just want to look better in your clothes. No matter what your reason is, you've decided to take that first step, and that is great. But we've all been there. We all start with the best of intentions, and we decide that we're going to lose weight. And for a few days or maybe a few weeks, maybe if you're lucky, even a few months, you really try. And then you fall off the wagon. We've all read the yo-yo diet book. We all lose a few pounds, get kind of comfortable, and then we gain all of that weight back and maybe a bit more. So here's the ticket. Consistency is key. You need to keep doing what you're doing, even after you've lost the weight. If you talk to a lot of people who have maintained their weight loss, they'll tell you that you never really quite completely get off of those healthy habits that you adopt that helped you to lose the weight to begin with. And so what we're going to talk about in this video and in subsequent videos is how to get the weight off and how to keep it off. When you're right at the start of your journey, you've already made the biggest step. You've made the commitment, the decision that you're going to lose weight. And a few tips for you to really stick to your goal is to know your why and keep reminders nearby. So maybe that means putting a picture on your fridge, whether it's a picture of your kids or your grandkids that you want to spend more time with. Maybe it's a picture of you right now that you really don't like very much and you want to do something about that. Or maybe it's a great dress or an outfit that you've been dying to get into, but that you could really look good in if you lost a few more pounds. Whatever is your picture, put it front and center, right on the fridge, a constant reminder for you of why you're on this journey. Another thing that people have found has been helpful is a vision board. And whether that vision board is just for weight loss or whether it's a vision board for your entire life, it's a good reminder of where you're going and what you want to do. And just like this vision board, you can have messages on there that really help you to knock out those excuses and to get to where you want to be. The next big tip is to stay consistent. So how do you do that? Well, tell somebody your goals. Studies have found that if you actually verbalize the fact that you want to do something, you want to lose weight or whatever it is really, that actually just that process of telling somebody makes you more likely to be successful. Why? Because you're more likely to keep your word. The next big tip is to have an accountability buddy, whether it's a trusted friend, a partner, or even somebody virtual, somebody to really check in with you once a week and say, how are you doing? How's it going? Did you watch what you ate? Did you lose some weight this week? Did you stick to your activity goals? And if you did, they're going to celebrate with you. And if you didn't, well, that's okay. They'll give you that nudge to get right back on the bandwagon. Remember, it's not the number of times that you fall, it's the number of times that you get back up. And so, one of the things that I want to do is be your virtual accountability buddy. If you subscribe and hit the notify button, I'll be here every week cheering you on with more healthy tips that'll help you to lose weight and stay healthy. Now, we all know the nuts and bolts of weight loss. It's a simple mathematical equation. Calories in must be less than calories out. And we all know where those calories come from. Calories in come from our diet, our food, beverages. Calories out comes not only from our physical activity, but also from non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That is to say, things that you do that aren't actually sport-related activities. Things like parking your car a little bit further from the store, or walking around the block before lunch, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. All of these things are little tips that can increase your NEAT and help with the calorie out part of this equation. The next tip, you want to keep track. If you don't know where you've been, you won't know where you're going. So keep track. Monitor your weight. So some people ask, should I monitor my weight every day or once a week? And this is really an individualized thing. Now, there have been studies that have found that if you track your weight daily, you're more likely to lose weight and keep it off. But that really depends on the individual person. Like very much in medicine and health, a lot of these decisions are really what works for you. So if you're the kind of person who can weigh themselves daily and use that to kind of keep you accountable, that might be a great strategy. But if you're the type of person who, if you recorded your weight daily, it would get you into a tailspin if you found a few pounds went up or down one way or another, remembering that your weight's going to fluctuate, then that might not be such a great idea. But it is important that you consistently measure your weight and that you do it at the same time, in the same way, each time. So, for example, you may decide that you want to weigh yourself every morning after you've been to the washroom when you're naked right before you hop into the shower. That way, you're more likely to get a consistent measurement each day. We know that weight fluctuates over different periods of the day, whether your bowels are emptied or not, and all kinds of other factors. So being consistent about when and how you measure your weight will give you the most accurate reading. Next, you want to record your calorie intake. If weight is all about calorie in and calories out, you have to measure the calories in part. So I always recommend writing it down. Now, you may say, gee, I really don't want to keep a log. That's so much of a bother. You're right, it is. But truthfully, the people who do this are the most consistent and the most successful at losing weight. And when you get used to it, it really only takes a few seconds each time and a few minutes each day. So try it. Just record what you eat, whether you keep a food diary or whether you record it in an app like MyFitnessPal. That will really give you some insight into where are those calories coming from. Then track your exercise. That calories out. How much are you really burning? A lot of people can overestimate how active they are or how many calories they're actually burning. So keep track. Whether you use an app like MyFitnessPal or whether you use a pedometer and see how many steps you're tracking, that'll give you a good idea of where you are now at baseline and will help you to increase it as you move towards your weight loss goals. Ultimately, you want to maintain a calorie deficit. That is to say, calories out has to be more than calories in. Now, all of that sounds simple enough, but there are a million questions that might be going through your head. So, do I do low carb or is it low fat? What about keto? What about paleo? IIFYM? That's if it fits in your macros. But then, what's a macro? And what about intermittent fasting? What about OMAD? Oh my? OMAD, 1 meal a day? All of this jargon that surrounds weight loss may leave people really confused. And then there are still more questions. Is juicing good for you or not good for you? What about supplements, vitamins, diet pills? Does green tea help? What about protein shakes? What about snacks? Some people say you should eat 3 meals a day and have no snacks. Other people say you should snack in between to keep your insulin levels even. So what's the right answer? Well, over the next subsequent videos, we'll talk about all of these questions. I'll give you evidence-based data that'll help you to decide what's best for you. We'll interview some experts here at Yale and around the country who are nutritionists or weight experts, trainers. We'll try to bring you some recipes, some workout routines. So make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment below. Let us know what you'd like to see. Again, I'm here to be your virtual accountability buddy and will bring you a new video each week. So until next time, stay healthy, stay safe. I'm Dr. Anise Chagpar for Chagpar MD.